are live on Hot Tag Takes on HamiltonRadio.net, channel HR2. I am your host, John BRECKO. You'll notice this seat next to me is empty tonight. That's because PJ Morin is not here. You are not missing the beard. And this man apparently, on his college move-in day to Rutgers, was feeling too cool for us at the studio. Don't worry, though, Ruben. Once he gets rejected a few times, he'll be back. He'll be back, and Ruben will be properly entertained with his shiny, bald head through that window. This studio has been closed because of hornets. I hope a bee stings you. I will watch that, and then when they come in here, I will float like a butterfly. And you will see me. Did it really?
Yeah, it was out for 9 days.
Oh, wow. I'm kind of looking for the spot on your head now. Oh, I got you on the neck? I mean, how bad did it swell up, though? That's what I really want to know. Because then you can just lie and make it sound like something else.
No, I got the tail, and I lost my ability to speak.
Oh, wow. Are you good now?
Yeah. I mean, I'm just recovering more and more.
Okay.
I actually lost my memory.
Do you just don't remember the whole thing?
No, I do now.
You have a bee hangover? I've never heard of that in my life.
9 days.
Jesus.
9 days, I was out.
Yeah, no, that sounds rough, dude. But guys, I am so psyched for the show tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a talented performer on the show tonight. In 2024 alone, she is an International Singer-Songwriter Association nominee for the following: USA Female Vocalist of the Year, Rising Star, Album of the Year, Single of the Year, Songwriter of the Year, as well as several other awards. Her music influences, as listed on bandmix.com, are Miranda Lambert, who we talked a little bit about already, Tammy Wynette, Loretta Lynn, and Amy Winehouse. We are going to find a lot more out about her on this show today. So, ladies and gentlemen, everybody give it up for TRACY Bickford!
Thank you.
I try. How are you? How's life? How's everything?
Fantastic. Thank you for having me on your show. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. So we were talking a little bit about Miranda Lambert and Patsy Cline. You might have even mentioned somebody else in there, but those are the two that really stuck. And what you were talking about was tribute bands, trying to get a band together, things like that. So, I mean, let me ask you this. While you're still kind of waiting on that, what are some songs that you would want to do, especially of Patsy Cline? Because I was looking over at the YouTube channel a little bit. I didn't get to watch this one, but I saw there was a Kerosene cover from Miranda Lambert. So, what songs were you thinking of doing by Patsy Cline? What's, the first song that we might hear from this tribute band once it starts happening? I want to know.
Walking After Midnight
Okay.
could be the first one I do. Back in Baby's Arms. Crazy.
Ooh.
I can't think of a bunch of them at the top of my head.
Yeah.
But I've done several of them out karaoke.
Okay.
Let's see. What other ones are there?
Gotcha. So when I was looking up things about you and I saw the singers and the songwriters that have influenced you, I immediately became interested because Loretta Lynn and Tammy Wynette are both country singers from a totally different era than Miranda Lambert. Loretta Lynn started performing in the 50s, became well-known around 1960 or so. I have this next part in quotes because this is a little bit before my time, so there were some things that I had to make sure that I looked up. So, and this is listed on Wikipedia, so you could tell me, all about the history if it's true. Zero Records president, Canadian Don Gracie, arranged a recording session in Hollywood where 4 of Lynn's compositions were recorded, including I'm a Honky Tonk Girl, Whispering Sea, Heartache Meets Mr. Blues, and New Rainbow. Tammy Wynette's biggest hit, arguably, for those who don't know, is Stand By Your Man. During this time, Wynette went into the studio to record her single, Stand By Your Man, reportedly written by Wynette and Billy Sherrill in just 15 minutes. The song's emphasis on women standing by their husbands made her a spokeswoman for a working class housewife. It also received criticism from the feminist movement, who found it too conservative, which that just sounds like people have been getting offended long before these days. But, Stand By Your Man topped the Billboard and RPM country charts, reached number 19 on the Hot 100, and later topped the charts in the United Kingdom. I don't think I have to tell many people that song is a lot different than Gunpowder and Lead by Miranda Lambert, and that's why I bring that up. There's, artists from different times, artists writing about different things, and then you have Amy Winehouse, who was also on that list that I mentioned, who's known as an R&B and jazz singer before her tragic death that happened far too soon back in 2011. So, my first question really to you is, how did you discover each person, as well as some of the other musicians that come to mind, if you'd like to share, and how do they influence your music? Do they influence what you write about, your melodies? How do these people influence your music specifically?
I've had several people reach out in my messenger and ask me if I've ever tried singing any Tammy Wynette, Loretta Lynn, Patsy Cline, and I had another lady reach out to me and ask me if I've ever heard of Amy Winehouse, and I have to be honest, this was a couple of years ago, and I have not. I've heard of her, but I've not listened to any of her music at all.
Okay.
So I started listening to Amy Winehouse, and I gave that a try, and yeah, and I just started doing. I started, people reached out to me and asked me to start doing these different songs, and I would try to do them. And it was right when COVID hit, so everything shut down, and I couldn't go nowhere to do anything. So I started doing the videos that I was doing.
Okay, so that's where pretty much all the covers basically started coming from.
Yes. But, they would advise me to do that, and in fact, I didn't start singing my own songs until then. I did, 2019. I started singing my own songs because I didn't want to sing at all. I didn't want to.
So, what was it about, 2019 that made you want to kind of start singing, start putting yourself out there? I'm sure, when COVID happened, everything kind of stopped for everybody. So, I'm sure that had you, kind of really start to get moving on it, made you really start thinking about it. What was it that did it for you back in 2019 that made you want to actually start performing?
I guess it was the excitement of the feedback I was getting, and I was all cooped up, and as I was practicing all this time, things started opening up, and I got out there and I started singing, and all the feedback that I was getting was phenomenal. So, and that got my adrenaline going, and that got me going to do more. It was really exciting. It's very exciting. It's something I love to do. I love to write, especially just because you can make stuff up and write about anything.
Yeah, of course.
Make stories up and all. So yes, it's just,
Right. So just from talking to you, just from what I'm hearing now, it sounds like you've been writing for a much longer time than you've been performing and you've been singing. That sounds like something that's stuck with you for a lot longer. So let's actually kind of go backwards a little bit before I talk a little bit about the covers. What got you into writing? Is that something you've been interested in, since, you were little? Did something, make you become interested in it? Talk to me a little bit about just writing in general.
Well, I've always liked poetry. I've always been into writing and making up stories. I got in this little situation, and I wrote a poem about it. This was, I think it was 2010, I think.
Okay.
I wrote this poem, and about the situation that had happened, and it's called "I Need $1 Million."
Ooh.
It's on my YouTube channel. Okay, so I wrote a poem about the thing that happened to us, and my husband read it, and he said, "Well, this could be a song." and so I turned it into a song, but it took me a long time before I could find someone to help me put it into melody. So, and then, you know, I found someone to do it for me, and it's on YouTube. I need $1 million. After that was produced, I thought to myself, wow, I wonder what else I could write. So I started thinking of love songs and writing things, and that's when people started reaching out to me. I reached out to a young lady that is a singer,
Okay.
and I've asked her to sing a song for me called Angels in Heaven. It's about a falling officer.
Okay.
And she did that for me because, like I say, I was writing before I was singing anything.
Okay.
And
Gotcha.
so she did that for me. She sang that for me. I had David Woods sing Sam for me.
Nice.
And I just I write away. I like to write.
Although I will tell you, I'm kind of, not that I'm gonna ask, but I'm kind of curious what you needed that $1 million for, and how this situation kind of came up. We don't have to bring it up, but like it just made me curious about it. But
Well,
you don't have to.
I don't mind saying. I mean, it's
All right.
all over the news. What back then well, we decided to grow some marijuana.
Oh, nice. I love it.
Yeah, we grew 129 marijuana plants in Louisa County, Virginia.
Okay.
Look that up. And then, you know, what's that?
I mean, if you needed $1 million, it just sounds like you were sharing a lot with everybody, which I could appreciate.
Yeah.
You're spreading
Yeah,
the,
we
you're
needed $1
spreading
million.
the, you're spreading the wealth, you're spreading the green. That's all that matters.
We needed the $1 million to get out of the mess we were in.
Right. I hear you. But
Yeah, that's what.
let me ask you this. So you've obviously made a lot of covers since then, since you've gotten all the feedback and everything. What's been your favorite cover to make on YouTube? Because you do have a lot of them.
Right, Gunpowder and Lead is my go-to song.
Yeah?
Yes. That is always a rockin' fun song to do.
Oh my god, dude, Gunpowder and Lead is a classic. What's another one that I'm thinking of? What's that one that she made in like early 2010s? Not Gunpowder and Lead.
Mama's Broken Heart.
Yeah, that's what it was. All right.
I do that one too.
I was gonna say those are like the two go-to songs that I think of, like when I think about Miranda Lambert. It's always those two that I go back to, like before anything else.
Yep, those two I do.
Obviously she has others like White Liars, the next one that comes off the top of my head. But like those two are like the biggest classics.
Yeah.
So
yep, I do a lot of her. I cover a lot of her songs karaoke. Only Prettier, White Liar, Dry Town, Famous in a Small Town, Geraldine.
okay.
Yeah, that's a fun one too.
Although I did notice, like, because I was looking through YouTube, right? And I saw one of the shorts. I did notice you're a gun girl.
Yeah,
So
I like.
yeah, so I saw one of the shorts. You know, you had something real big. It was pushing you back when you were shooting it. It looked like you were having a lot of fun with it. So,
I was.
So what I'm gonna ask you next is a little bit off topic, but what got you into guns, and what are some other things that you like to do, you know, outside of music? Obviously, writing is one of them. So, you know, what are some things that you would do maybe outside of performing? Because we're going to talk a lot about that as we keep going, especially once we start playing some of your music. So, what got you into guns, and what are some other things that you would do in your spare time?
My father used to be a police officer
Okay.
and taught us how to shoot. That was the first time that on that video is the first time I shot a gun in a long time. I don't shoot very often, but I do like to, you know, when I get a chance to. It was at my brother-in-law's house, and also like boating. I love going out in the boat. We had bought a yacht back in a few years ago. We bought a yacht and took that out quite a bit out in the Gulf.
Okay.
And let's see, things I like to do, just get out and, you know, meet people.
Right. Just sounds like you got to put them all together now. You got to take the gun on the boat and just shoot it up in the air.
Right. Yeah, well, what goes up must go down. But we got our boat through Bitcoin. Are you
Okay.
familiar with that?
Hey, you know what? It worked out. You needed $1 million. They gave it to you for the boat.
Yeah, I wished.
Yeah,
It was
right?
for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a currency.
Yeah,
It's an investment that we have. So
gotcha. All right. So before I do get into your first song, I do want to ask, what's been your favorite thing about just creating and performing your songs? Is it being able to travel to different places for shows? Is it talking to fans after a performance? You did mention, you know, about how much you've enjoyed meeting people as you've been making different songs. What's your favorite part about the process of just creating and performing your music?
I do believe it is getting out there and meeting people and getting their feedback, and going to different places
Okay.
like the International Singer-Songwriter Association. We went to Atlanta, Georgia for that last year. That was a lot of fun. Met a lot of really interesting people. So I'd have
Okay.
to say it would be, meeting a lot of interesting people. There's a lot of interesting people out there.
What's been your favorite place to go to since you started traveling?
Traveling. I haven't really traveled too much.
Well, Atlanta was one of them.
It's my area,
Okay.
but there's a place we go to it's local to us. It's the Tiki Hut
Okay.
in Spring Hill, and I do a lot of karaokeing there.
Okay.
Go
Well,
to
you
all the VFWs, yes, and the Eagles,
gotcha.
places like that.
You mentioned Atlanta, so I didn't know if you'd been traveling at all.
Well, no, we took that one time and went to the International Singer-Songwriter Association Awards.
But you enjoyed it?
Oh yes, it was a lot of fun.
All
It
right.
was a lot of fun.
That's awesome. So
Yes.
I do want to play the song that you were most excited about first. The first one that, you made sure to get to me. It's called Fire. There are two other ones that I listened to before the show. I'm not going to reveal what they are just yet. But before we play Fire, talk to us about what that song is about and what it means to you.
I guess I was, how you're feeling down a little bit. I guess I was just feeling like, I've written, I say 32 songs, I think, right now. I got
Okay.
about 32 songs in my pocket, and I figured I need to write. You listen to all your songs, and you're like, something's missing. I need something. It needs to be fire.
Right.
I need the next song to be fire. So I said, wow, what a good title. So, and then it just rolled from there, really.
Right.
So I
You just
put it
basically
all
need you just needed a next thought, and you just put it to put down on a piece of paper, right?
Yes, yes.
I love it. So, Ruben, appreciate you getting that queued up for us, guys. Whenever he's ready, we'll play that song for you. While we're waiting on that, make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe. We just passed 3,000 subscribers. Let's go. But make sure you take a listen to Tracy Bickford's music right here on HamiltonRadio.net. First up, we have Fire right here on Hamilton Radio. We're spitting it.
In the misty morning, before my eyes can see, without a warning, my dream
hope it don't sound like that to everybody.
I hold power. You can't take it from me. I got a feeling I never felt before. It's got me screaming. It's got me screaming for more. Everybody keeps telling me I'm never gonna make it. Tell me why I can feel the heat and I can taste it. I am on fire. I'm on And through the pouring rain, I walk for miles and miles. Can't put out my flame. I got a fever. It's burning out of control. I'm an achiever, so baby, let the good times roll. Everybody keeps telling me I'm never gonna make it. Tell me why I can feel the heat and I can taste it. I am on fire. I'm on fire. Everybody keeps telling me I'm never gonna make it. Tell me why I can feel the heat and I can taste it. I am on fire. I'm on fire. I'm on
And that was a fire song right here on Hamilton Radio, Fire by Tracy Bickford. Make sure you guys take a listen to it on YouTube and wherever else you can find Tracy Bickford's music. So, again, like I said, there was 2 other songs that I listened to before, we started the show today, and the songs were Crime of Passion. I listened to that one. And I also listened to Deja Vu. Right off the website. One was right below the other. But I got to tell you, I really enjoy a lot of your music. I really enjoy your voice. I enjoyed it on Fire. It was definitely different, from what I'm used to hearing. But, I enjoyed your music. I enjoyed your voice, You seem
Thank you
like
so
you have a lot of fun singing too, and you seem like you
Yes,
have a lot of fun performing. And you mentioned before we actually started the show that you didn't want to perform at first, right?
I didn't think I had it in me to perform, and I was I never really got any kind of reaction from anybody from karaokeing, and then I thought to myself, I got to learn how to sing if I'm going to do my songs like this. So I went up to this place down the street. I was doing karaoke, and Miranda Lambert, and it was Gunpowder and Lead.
Right.
And
Of course,
I was so embarrassed and shy to just shout out.
Right.
I was like, no way I can do that. But that night, I said, I'm doing it,
Okay.
and the whole crowd went nuts.
Oh wow.
That
So-
was like, wow.
So it started with karaoke basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
So
Yeah.
I can't tell. Did you do it like before Gunpowder and Lead, before you did it that night, and just nobody reacted, or was it just you finally decided to do it that night?
That night, I said, I'm going to let it all out and just be myself and just do it. And I don't care what anybody thinks. And they
All
just,
right now.
wow. I was like, wow, I'm going to keep doing this.
I'm gonna keep coming here. Look at this. This
Right,
is
I'm
fun.
gonna
I
keep
like
doing it.
this.
No, I never even dreamed that people would say, wow, to me singing. When they say, wow, I'd go, wow.
Wow,
You know-
me? What?
Yeah. I know, right? That's how it was. That's how it is. It's like,
Okay, so I am genuinely curious. So, because I can get up here and talk to people fine. I've done stand up in the past, that's fine. I can get up there, no problem. Talk to people, do crowd work, all fine. I am terrified of karaoke. I don't know what it is, just something about it, just I know I'm going to get up there and I know I'm going to shout something out and I know I'm going to make it sound as awful as possible on purpose. But, you know, I don't know what it is. Even still knowing that, it just terrifies me. And I've just never understood why. So I am genuinely curious. Let me ask you this. Did you just go up and say, you know what, I'm going to do it? And were you sober when you did it?
I believe so. I probably had one drink in me at the time.
Okay, so
Wasn't,
you were pretty much sober.
pretty much, yes.
Okay. No, I was genuinely curious because I've done karaoke in the past, and I feel better doing it intoxicated.
Right, a lot of people do. They,
Like I don't know what it is. Just it gives me a sense of comfort.
I sound terrible when I drink. The more I drink, the worse I get. I'm not on key at all. I'm like, I'm done.
I mean,
So I really can't.
I mean, but that's the thing with karaoke, though, right?
Right.
A lot of the people coming there aren't really trying to sound all that good.
There are DJs where I go do my karaoke that I bring my flash drive to my originals, just to the instrumentals, and I'll go sing them.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool.
No, that is.
I sing my originals karaoke to some of the DJs have the equipment that'll allow me to use my flash drive.
Has it ever resulted in you performing somewhere? Or?
Not as of yet.
I mean, because I'm thinking of it, that's a pretty good way to do it, actually.
Right, I'm still waiting. I'm looking forward to doing that. That's what my goal is.
Yeah, because I have a friend of mine. What he does, his name's Justin Love. What he does is he goes to different mic nights at places, but he also checks out different bars that he could perform at, and he's found a lot of different places around here. One that I'm thinking of is, really nice hole in the wall place that I didn't even know about, and I used to live in this area. It's called Stratosphere over in Mount Holly around here. And, there's, different places he's, been hitting up down South Jersey that, he's found over the years and that, he's started to frequent. But I got to be honest, I've never heard of anybody doing it this way, and I kind of like it. It's unique. It's unique to you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm just waiting for the opportunity. I just got to keep doing what I'm doing until I can get a band together or
Right.
a gig.
So, are you trying to get your own band together first, or are we trying to get the tribute band together first?
The tribute band would be nice.
The tribute band? Okay.
Yes.
That does sound like fun.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter what comes first,
I feel like then, if it's the tribute band, you don't have to get anybody on tune with your music or anything like that. And it just kind of takes a little bit off you.
Right. Well, I mean, it's hard to find somebody anyways. I'd have to start fresh with the band as far as writing a new song. That way we can all work together.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. So
I've had a hard.
I mentioned I've listened to Crime of Passion and Deja Vu. We could play either one of those. If you have other songs that you like, I do want to play at least two more for you while you're on the air with us, just to get some of your music out there for everybody to hear. I would enjoy that.
Yes.
So, do you like those two songs? Which two are your favorite that you've made?
I love Deja Vu, and I like the ones you chose. Yes, Crime of Passion is a lovely story, I think.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, and My Man, and I Like It. It's kind of fun. These are fun songs. Without You.
Okay.
Without You.
I haven't
Can You
checked
Hear
the-
Me Now? Can You Hear Me Now is my first rock song, I think, that I put out when I first started singing my own songs. I think Without You, Can You Hear Me Now was my first one that I've shouted and, felt confident.
Okay.
Pretty good song there.
Got it. So I'm thinking Crime of Passion and Can You Hear Me Now? I feel like we should do Crime of Passion first, just for the short story, and then we should leave the, one where you're shouting and you're real confident for the last one.
Okay.
Just to leave everybody on a nice note when we do end up ending the show. What do you think, Ruben, with your shiny head back there? He's like hiding. What he'll do is he'll hide in the window and he'll lay down so I don't make fun of him. But I always end up doing it anyway. We love Ruben here though at Hamilton Radio. We appreciate Ruben. Ruben, do you think we should play Crime of Passion right now? He might commit a crime of passion if I keep messing with him.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
If you catch me under the table by the end of the next song, you guys know what happened.
The bees got loose.
That's right. See, Ruben, even she knows about the bees in here. What are you doing? I did mention in the beginning of the show. I just remembered.
You did. Yeah. That's where I said that. He's hiding from the bees.
Like you got Nicolas Cage in the studio. What's going on, man? Oh, you putting it up? All right. No, but this studio was closed down for 3 weeks. It was pretty crazy.
Wow.
We're playing Crime of Passion, Ruben.
I have to tell him it sounded crappy. The first song you played sounded rough on my end.
Did it?
Yeah, I don't know if it sounded like that everywhere else, but it was in and out.
No, I enjoyed hearing it. I was fine.
Okay. All right. Well, as long as everybody else didn't hear it the way I did.
Yeah, I'll definitely check it out later.
Just checking on you there. I was like, wow, that sounds crazy.
Ruben, you ready to go? All right. Crime of Passion right here on HamiltonRadio.net, channel HR2. Tracy Bickford. Check it out.
I don't know. They're not. Got the album cover. The album cover is up. Stop. They can hear your
He's
big
got
mouth.
a sidekick
You're on
going.
your mouth, you might as well sit next
Undercover,
to
no,
me.
he ain't gonna show it. He thinks that I don't know it. Never let it slip, no, I ain't gonna blow it. No, no. He comes up empty-handed, all right, our last place he landed. There goes my mind, it travels. Watch my map, I plan unravel. Whoa, whoa. He thinks I'm blind, he's lost his mind, and oh, I'm the victim, oh, but not this time tonight. All of my demons come out to play. Just can't believe what happened. Bittersweet still drips down my face. The jury read crime of passion. Crime of passion. Here he comes now, sneaking down the sidewalk. He's thinking that I ain't home. Hiding in the shadow, got my finger on the trigger. Oh no, he isn't alone. Put her down, put him in his place. Never will forget the look on his face. He knew I had one more round. Point blank range, I took him down. And no, he thinks I'm blind, he's lost his mind. And oh, I'm the victim, oh, but not this time tonight. All of my demons come out to play. play. I just can't believe what happened. Bittersweet still drips down my face. The cherry red crime of passion. Crime of passion. The cherry red crime of passion.
The Bees committing a crime of passion here on HamiltonRadio.net channel HR2. I was gonna say we got a little interlude going on now. Ruben tried to add a little bit of an extra riff to the song. Crime of Passion here on HamiltonRadio.net channel HR2. We've got Tracy Bickford with us on the station. This is Hot Tag Takes, and she's got a lot of great music. Definitely check out her website, everybody, TRACYBickFordMusic.com. You can hear all the tracks that we've talked about. Can You Hear Me Now? Deja Vu, Crime of Passion, Higher Above, Without You, Rattlesnake. The list goes on and on and on. It actually goes on for about 12 songs as far as I can see. There are others, but that's what I'm looking at on this CD. But definitely check out Tracy Bickford. Definitely check out her website. Definitely check out her YouTube channel. Really enjoy having her on the station. But let me ask you this. So you have a lot of songs that you've been putting on the site. You've been creating a lot ever since, COVID, ever since that first karaoke night with Gunpowder and Lead by Miranda Lambert. So I got to ask, what songs are you looking to create next? What's coming up next for Tracy Bickford as far as, just creating music goes?
I'm looking to put out some more rock songs.
Okay. So more songs like
I have so many songs that I already have in the making right now.
right.
I have one that I'm writing about a guy that thinks he's all that, but he ain't. It just pops at the top of my head.
Right.
I like to write a lot of songs that involve a lot of action and yelling and just fiery.
Yeah. So you
looking-
mentioned "Can You Hear Me Now" is a little bit of a song like that. You're singing it loud and proud. You're singing it confident. So more songs like "Can You Hear Me Now" are probably coming up for Tracy Bickford.
Yes.
Okay. So let me ask you this. You've done, a lot of karaoke nights since then. So what are some places, where we could see Tracy Bickford, do karaoke and performing some of her music?
Yes, in Spring Hill, Florida.
Okay.
I go to the I really do. All I do is go karaoke. I go to the flea market here in Spring Hill at the I go to Roscoe's on Tuesday, do karaoke there, and then I go to the VFW
Okay.
in Hudson, here in Florida. We're just right above Tampa.
Okay, got it. So you guys are up in like North Florida.
Yes.
Okay. I was
We're just above Tampa, so we're right in the middle on the West Coast.
Okay. I was actually like genuinely wondering where it was, just because I have family that lives in Florida. My parents live in Naples. I have an uncle that lives in Orlando, which is, for anybody who doesn't know Florida, Orlando's like right in the middle.
Mm-hmm. That's
And
about
then-
where we're not far from Orlando at all.
Okay. I didn't know how far Tampa Bay was from Orlando exactly. I know Orlando from Naples is like 3 hours or so.
Yeah, we're west.
Okay, gotcha. All right. But definitely check Tracy Bickford out. If you guys want to see her, definitely check her out at Roscoe's. Wherever karaoke is going on, Tracy Bickford is there. and you guys can hear her now, especially on HamiltonRadio.net channel HR2. So talk to me a little bit about Can You Hear Me Now? I feel like Crime of Passion was a little bit more self-explanatory as far as, what it's about. It's a little bit easier to find out what it's about listening to the lyrics. Can you tell us a little bit about what Can You Hear Me Now is about?
I sure can. My husband has selective hearing, you see. I'll be talking. He does. He has
my
selective
wife
hearing.
says the same thing.
I will talk to him, and then I'll do it, and then he'll say, "What are you doing?" I said, I just told you I was going to do it. And he says, "No, you didn't say anything." I said, "You don't hear anything I say. It goes in one ear and out the other. I can talk.
You did an impression of him. That's exactly what happened. You knew he wasn't going to hear it.
Yep.
That's why you
I
did
said,
it.
I said, "I bet you can hear this."
I bet
You know, that's what the song's about, pretty much. It's selective hearing. You only hear me when you want to.
Bet you can't hear this impression of you. What?
Yeah.
I love that. No, that's great. Especially because that's so relatable too. I love that. No, but you know what you kind of sound like singing it? Like I imagine like the old Verizon guy. Like I imagine like one of those. But
All right.
Ruben, definitely cue that up. I'm definitely curious to hear this now. Especially because I feel like you kind of did it as like you were talking to him.
Mm-hmm. Yes, pretty much. Yeah, I did. I had broken. That very day, I was like, "Gosh, you just don't even listen to nothing I say. You just act like you do." I grabbed the paper and pen and started writing. I mean, it didn't take me long to write that song at all.
No, I'm sure.
Inspiration was flowing.
100%. But
Yes.
we're gonna play this. As Ruben's getting it queued up right now. Can you still going? Can you hear me now? See, Ruben can't hear me either.
See? Can you hear me now?
Ruben's having just as much trouble over here. It's like he's got Verizon too.
Uh-oh. He had deja vu in there, that's why.
That's right. 100%. Ready? Can you guys hear me now on HamiltonRadio.net channel HR2? This is Tracy Bickford. Can you hear me now? What?
Night falls down, it's just me and you, and don't hear a sound when I'm talking to you. Morning will be lonely when I'm nowhere to be found. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? The tears on my face, they'll dry before you know it. I walk out this place, I don't care where I'm going. You can hear me better when there's nothing more to say. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now that you don't hear me crying? Can you hear me now that your lonely heart is dying? Can you hear me now? I said goodbye, yeah. I'm gonna hit the ground running, leave it all behind me. The games that you played, I played them all. Then you pulled me up and put me away, I ain't your favorite doll. Footsteps lead to silence, the writings on the wall. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now that you don't hear me crying? Can you hear me now that your lonely heart is dying? Can you hear me now? I said goodbye, yeah. I'm gonna hit the ground running, leave it all behind me. you don't hear me crying. Can you hear me now that your lovely heart is dying? Can you hear me now? I said goodbye. I'm gonna hit the ground running, leave it all behind me. Lights go out, something's missing. It's a silence too loud, you should have listened. Can you hear me now?
What? Excuse me? What?
Can you hear me now?
Huh? What's going on? I kind of
What?
want to give Ruben like the
I can't hear
Hulk.
you through these microphones.
I kind of want to give Ruben the Hulk Hogan ear as I'm trying to talk to him. Like,
What?
what?
What? Huh?
What?
Huh? Who?
Eh?
Huh?
Okay?
Yeah?
Eh?
Who?
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now on Hamilton Radio? Tracy Bickford, channel HR2 on this great independent station. Ruben, you know I've been doing this show for about 7 years now.
Yeah.
Right?
That's right. 7 years.
And out of all the times, you know, where we've had technical
And he just got bigger as the time went on.
I'm sure I did. And all the times, you know, we've had like technical difficulties, you know, mic's not working, you know, station not going through, you know, issues on Zoom, stuff like that.
Yeah.
That may be the funnest time I've heard not hearing your voice, I think, out of all of those I've ever had. And I just wanted you to know that.
Oh, gee, thanks.
So thank you. I appreciate
you're
that,
welcome.
Ruben. But no, I got to tell you, that's probably, you know, my favorite song out of, you know, the 4 that I've listened to, you know, just today. You know,
Thank
and
you.
you can tell you sang it with a lot of confidence, you know. You could tell you were really into, you know, what you were putting out. You know, especially the topic. I feel like you've been waiting to get that out for a while.
Yeah, I tell you, that song is long overdue.
Probably long overdue. A lot before 2019.
Yes,
When you
yes,
started.
you're right about that. Right. Yeah,
But-
that's correct.
No, I really enjoyed listening to your music. I really enjoy the passion that, you know, you have for singing, creating, performing. Before I brought you on, I didn't actually realize, you know, not really how new it was for you, but like how you're still like hitting up like the karaoke places, you know, you're still performing for people, you know, at these shows. And I love that because, you know, that's where a lot of the passion lies. And
Yes.
I genuinely love your story, and I'm hoping that, you know, somebody gives you like something, you know, from performing at one of these shows. Because
thank you.
I think, you know, you definitely deserve one of the awards that you're up for at the International Singer-Songwriter Association. You definitely deserve one of those, and I definitely hope to see you a lot more. I'd love to have you back, and I want to say thank you for coming on. I really, really appreciate having you.
I really appreciate you having me on. And my song, I Like It. They really like that one on karaoke too. 'Cause
Can
it's
you hear
fun.
me now?
It's called I Like It.
Okay.
That one I get a good reaction karaoke. They really love that one. They know it's all about my man over here.
Oh, okay. That's what it is.
But I really appreciate you having me on. I really appreciate Cindy Neem hooking me up with you.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes.
No, I enjoyed this. I enjoyed that last song, man. I'm gonna remember that one.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank you
probably
so much.
Ruben. I'm probably gonna tell Abby when I get home. Yeah, no, I'm gonna tell her about the song and then pretend not to hear, cause she's gonna agree with it. That's elective hearing is gonna work for me when I talk about it.
Then she has to listen to I Like It and My Man.
You
Too.
got it, 100%. I'll tell her all about it. But definitely check out Tracy Bickford, everybody. Subscribe to her on YouTube. Check out her website, tracybickfordmusic.com. And please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel as well. Again, we just passed 3,000 subscribers. Help us keep it going. thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys have been great during the show. We appreciate you guys being here with us. Hot Tag Takes on HamiltonRadio.net, channel HR2. We will see you guys once again. What, am I moving too fast for you, Ruben? Did the bees get to you? The bees got to you and now you can't hear me? What?
I'll
Huh?
be talking all night. Can you hear me now?
I definitely will. But definitely check us out. September 10th. We'll be back on the air. Definitely don't miss the show. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank you, guys. Play me out when you're ready, Ruben.
Thank you so much for having me.
Whoop, whoop. We out.